These homes in Batangafo were meant to shelter people displaced by conflict in Central African Republic. But now, these houses stand as a reminder of 6 days of murder, arson and looting that began last October. They were 6 days that brought what the UN described as an unacceptable humanitarian tragedy. It began as isolated attacks by the mainly Christian anti-Balaka armed group and mostly Muslim former Salaka fighters. The international aid agency Doctors Without Borders says the former Salaka fighters soon unleashed a wave of violence with civilians and aid workers caught in the middle. It says UN peacekeepers deployed to protect civilians at the time didn't do much.
The UN battalion, which is supposed to protect the civilians, has been inefficient when confronted with this violence. We as humanitarian workers had to open the gate of our hospital so the population could take shelter because they found no other shelter.
An allegation repeated by the city's mayor and witnesses.
So we were watching these elements. They were at the gate and they were just filming. And they were smiling. It's not serious.
The blue helmets were in their vehicle, and they were following the ex-Salaka fighters. They were on the roads, and they were watching the rebels burning down the IDP's site.
The UN peacekeeping operation in Central African Republic has had more than 12,000 members from several nations since 2014. It's aimed at protecting civilians where armed groups control 80% of the area. Earlier this month, the government signed a peace deal with 14 rebel groups after holding direct talks for the first time. It's the 8th attempt to bring an end to the 6-year conflict. Priyanka, Gupta, Al Jazeera.